So let's go back to Ethan's recent video calling out Hasan.
You can see there's layers and layers and layers of character propaganda, logical fallacies, and not...
Wait, I'm the one doing character? Why don't you play my video addressing the talking points? What do you mean? What? Bro, what the... You posted more saying that he is a bad guy without looking at a news article is disingenuous with a video of your reaction. Oh, he has an issue with, people looking at clips from his stream. That's crazy because I feel like he did the Destiny community's bidding by literally taking clips titled HasanAbi from the psychotic cyber stalking website that they have propped up with like 15-second clips out of context, 50-second clips out of context to consistently smear me as a person who was creating an anti-Semitic community primed with anti-Semitism. Like, what? Hasan is a pro. He doesn't give a single about any nuance. We never said we oppose the ICC arrest warrant. If he did war crimes, good, investigate him. And by characterizing him as simply the bad guy without acknowledging he's trying to end the war, you don't understand. I'm trying to end the war by saying the defense minister Yoav Galan is a good guy. I just didn't do my research. He's not watching me, dog. He's watching the Destiny subreddit. And I'm sure they're giving him... Yeah, I wanted Kamala to lose. I want to prolong the war, which is not a war. It's a genocide, by the way. I am now the IDF. Like, apparently he was like telling his community that I was urging people not to vote and shit. And then even his crew was pushing back and being like, that's not true. He literally, in front of 100,000 people, filled out his fucking ballot. Yeah. These Discord mods are sending Ethan videos. I mean, that's not surprising to me at all. I don't know why he's like so embarrassed to admit that, over the past year, he very clearly has been browsing Destiny's subreddit and doing his bidding for him. Is it perhaps because he, created a pretty progressive, open-minded community filled to the brim with people who would despise Destiny? It's just like, dude, you're cooking your own fan base for no fucking reason when you do this, This is something that I tried to explain to Ethan from the start. It's just, I don't know. What is this? His community is extremely progressive, and until about a year ago, until the D community brigaded his community, pretend to be fans against you. Now, I'm sure there was people who were like, inactive fans that have been fans of Ethan. Ethan is a massive content creator over many, many years at this point. They just, decided to activate. I just, I don't get it. I don't know why he's spending this much time on me. It's not going to change. It's not going to change the way people feel about what Israel is doing in Gaza, or the only thing he's doing is basically making people feel like he is absolutely in the tank defending Israel. Yeah, I saw like a fan channel of his being like, I can no longer in good conscience be a fan. This screenshot Ethan Klein posted on his IG story is from Destiny. Is this a soft endorsement of Trump? A quick reminder that Breonna Joy Gray is a spite-driven lunatic who would rather see more Gazans die than vote for Kamala. Like, this screenshot Ethan Klein posted is from, what is this? I don't think it's healthy for a nation to be held hostage by the hallucinations of a rabid cult that lives in an entirely separate reality. So what do you think they should do to avoid that? What? Who is this person? I don't even know who the fuck this person is. Oh, come on, LeMafair, you're the biggest content creator on the left. Take some responsibility. Say what you mean with your chest. I don't like the fascist guys. Then why don't you tell people to vote? I don't even know who this person is. Wait, why is Ethan Klein posting on his Instagram account about fucking random people replying to me with 11 likes? Has Hasan ever said on stream, go vote? I thought this was funny. Yes, I literally consistently have said that. Why does this have 1.8? Bro, they are just living on a totally separate reality. It's so crazy. I don't know what the fuck to say. He was using this to say you're shutting out people who criticize you and harming the vote. This was on election day. Wait, first of all, I ban on Twitter all the damn time, dude. Are you kidding me? I block people on Twitter all the time. I have no fucking clue who this person is. Is a fake block screenshot too? Twitter removed blocks when that person replied. How is this even a point of contention? This is what I don't understand. Like, what what is going on? I mean, this is like QAnon shit, dude. Is he all right? I was really going to sit out this vote, but you constantly remind us of the importance of voting, especially down ballot. Yeah, I know. There's never been a moment. There's never been a moment where I'm like, you know, anti-voting. So it's just so funny to be like, yeah, Hasan hates voting. Without acknowledging he's trying to end the war, you're prolonging the war and empowering the radical pro-war voices in the government. Hasan does not give a fuck. Yeah, Ethan actually cares about, that's right. Guys, this is correct. Ethan cares about freeing Palestine, which is why he has talked about how from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free is anti-Semitic. Because that's what you do when you're truly in favor of defending Palestinian emancipation, you know? What is this? What? Bro, I have not seen a single one of his fucking Instagram stories. I didn't know he was posting about me this much. Like, oh my God. This might genuinely be one of the funniest things I've ever seen from him. How is this not satire? I'm really stupid. Can you educate me a little on Marxism? I don't know what it is for real. Part 3. Oh my God. Every day? Every single day? No fucking way. There is, what the fuck? Dude, calm down, man. What the fuck? You were blamed for the low turnout for Kamala because you have 2 million followers, but don't advocate the vote for Kamala. He also said you'd be friends with JT was a red flag because he sees him in his podcast host as extremists. All right, man. Yeah. Keep crashing out, I guess. I'm done with this thing. Whatever the fuck's going on here. I did see that his own fucking fan accounts. Why I can't support Ethan Klein anymore. Ethan's Basement. Sorry if you're disappointed. I just wanted to explain why I stopped making my videos. Like his own fan accounts are like literally going, dude, please stop. Like this is not good. What is this? It thinks this makes him and his fans look bad. What is this? What? Part 1, who is this person? Oh, nice. Why didn't anyone ask in the Q&A how she felt knowing she took part in the dehumanization of Palestinians and the apartheid as a member of the Israeli occupying force? Part 2, here is their profile. Let's click the link. This person has 57 followers. And then part 3, oh, wait, what? Wait, what does this say about, what is this? Am I missing something? What? The YouTube link. What? So he clicked on the YouTube link and the YouTube link is what really is Marxism? A video I made 3 years ago. I'm really stupid. Can you educate me a little on Marxism? I don't know what it is for real. What? I'm having a hard time, like. Doors open. He's saying, wow, this person is anti-genocide. Wonder why. Then saying it's an aha when they're a follower of yours as though that's bad. What the fuck?
Hey, it's been a while since I saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break.
So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true though.
Just as long as it's entertaining to you.
Also, I think it's amazing that an hour of the content we've made carefully criticizing him, this is the clip he finally decides to watch. What a pathetic coward. Or maybe it's because finally the fucking election, which, was perhaps a little bit more significant for someone like myself, a political commentator, and not one that is just LARPing as one for a little bit and crashing the fuck out in the process by regurgitating talking points that you're getting from fucking Destiny, running your own like McCarthyist operation for some weird reason. Now I do have the adequate bandwidth and time and place to be able to actually fucking look at how stupid any of this nonsensical bullshit is. Oh my God. If you don't want people to think you're a Zionist, then fucking stop saying insane shit. What the fuck?
Twitch has an anti-Semitism problem post Hasan Piker. They're a good Jew. Challenge him.
Why can't I support Ethan Klein anymore? And I'm ashamed I ever did. Hold on, let me get my food to watch this.
Better than this.
In this video, I just want to explain why I stopped watching H3 over the past few months. What made me go from a pretty big fan of the show to, I guess, what Ethan would call a fallen fan. I've always known Ethan had his shortcomings and I could usually look past them and still enjoy the show. But lately, it's been way too much. The hypocrisy and double standards have just piled up. So I figured, why not make a video about this to highlight what's been bothering me and why, after all these years, I've decided to stop supporting Ethan.
Why are people mad at me? I want someone, please, to explain it. Explain why you're mad at me. Go ahead. I'm dying. Please. Tell me why. I'd love to know why. If you are actually articulated why you were mad at me, it wouldn't make any sense. So I'm dying. Please write it. Not even disagreeing, frankly, just trying to have a conversation. So in short, you know, suck my f***ing dick.
Echo chamber.
So Ethan has been on a crusade against several creators, including his former co-host Hasan, and recently he's criticized Hasan specifically for not watching the videos or addressing the points Ethan raised against him.
Been talking a lot about my former co-host Hasan Piker.
I just want to point out this is literally the first time I'm actually seeing this video, which I'm sure will be frustrating for Ethan, I guess, because he's going to be like, oh, you never watched my video. It's like, yeah, dude, because I've addressed all of those fake concerns that people have had for a year, you know?
And leveling some pretty serious criticism against him.
Like, just like, go back to comedy. I don't know. Like, just like do your comedy podcast, you know? Like, I don't know why he's doing this. It's just so easy for him to just be like, you know what, guys? Yeah, I've been crashing out a little bit on this stuff. You know, it's time to go back to the basics and like, let's just have fun or something. I don't know. I'm sure people in his fan base would appreciate it. Just that they're not gonna fucking magically be convinced that like the arguments that you're presenting are super valid and not coming from a separate place. All you're doing is probably creating more resentment amongst your audience. I'm sure there's plenty of people in his audience that really love him that also hate me now because of the fucking smears, and they probably believe it. But you're hemorrhaging your fan base for no reason, thinking that this is a righteous cause.
I knew that he wasn't going to take it well and wasn't going to respond to any of the points made.
In fact, Hasan, I'm sad to say, did not watch he didn't watch a single point I made. Instead, he took to saying that I'm crazy.
But about a month ago, I recall Ethan having a meltdown over a video made about him from a smaller creator called North Star Radio. So let's see if Ethan watched it and how he responded to the points made in the video.
This dude, Comrade Casey, okay, he made a video about the end of Leftovers. I haven't watched the whole thing. It's long as fuck, and I generally don't like watching videos like this because it's usually depressing. Bring back the Ethan Klein channel. Bro, are you okay?
I mean, all jokes aside, I mean, clearly not. Like, I feel so of two minds about all this stuff. Because, like, obviously, you know, from a practical standpoint, these people, their level of obsession and harassment is a detriment to our lives. But, like, that's when you see under the mask and you see the person and just, like, there's
Listen,
obviously a lot going on.
I'm out of sympathy.
Yeah, I
Fuck
get it.
Guy and
I don't.
fuck this guy forever.
You don't
with
need
the
to
cactus sideways.
I got you.
As you can see, instead of watching the video, Ethan's first reaction is to go through the creator's Reddit account and show his audience some of his old comments. I hope you are starting to understand my point, but again, here's Ethan a few days ago calling out Hasan.
Now, instead of actually addressing a single point, he stops it before he gets there. I hope it's clear to everybody just how bad faith this is.
No, dude, it wasn't bad faith. My initial reaction was to not be distracted so close to the election with an ongoing act of genocide. It felt like it would be an unimaginable disservice to the people that I speak about, but I'm sure you never heard any of that stuff because the Destiny subreddit didn't clip it for you. Or maybe you did, and it didn't suit your purposes of smearing me. But it was very clear why I didn't respond to it. It's not like I'm afraid of a guy who openly admits he doesn't know who the fuck Yoav Gallant is in terms of like having a political back and forth. Okay? Like narcissism aside, it's like peak Dunning-Kruger to assume that you are going to be able to just utilize Destiny's talking points in a subject matter that I'm more knowledgeable on than Destiny is, for sure. Like, it makes no sense. Yeah, it wasn't worth my time. I thought it was silly. I thought it was a disservice to the more serious subject matter that I wanted to cover. It wasn't because I was afraid. And in terms of charitability, I do also want to mention something to you guys, because I did reach out. I reached out to Ethan and I said, I don't think you respect me that much, but I really, really seriously hope you talk to Sam Cedar. I texted him that. He didn't respond. I was like, look, it's obvious to me that you don't respect me, but I think you probably still respect Sam Cedar. please talk to him privately. That's why I said that was like while he was in the process of crashing out like this, for the record. That didn't stop him from using that message against you. He said it was anti-Semitic to have a Jew talk to a Jew. All right.
Right now, and how desperately he's trying not to respond to any of the actual criticism.
Like, he thinks he has like a banger. You know what I mean? I think he's like deluded himself into thinking that like this shit that he has that has been consistently propped up by like the Keemstars of the fucking world and all these like drama perverts are actually just, he's sitting on this like mountain of damning indictments that I'm too afraid to respond to. I did respond to it. There's a YouTube video of it. I took all the highlights, all the bullet points, and it wasn't even me responding to it. It's because my track record on this shit is so fucking clean and so goddamn public that it was an effort post a fan of mine had made on Reddit, clipping direct responses to it. It's over here somewhere. I think it's called Ethan Klein Drama Explained. Ethan Klein versus Hasan Piker Explained. Yeah. If you want to know, what's going on, you know, you can figure this shit out on your own.
That I've made.
This
let's
is
see,
also
maybe Ethan
after
will
me
give this-
being like unimaginably beyond good faith to him for a year. I didn't care. I didn't think that I didn't think there was anything but a simple distraction. I didn't like, you know, I had the fucking Teddy Fresh bear behind me for most of this process. Okay. Like that's how little I cared about all these instances where he was like kind of daggering me a little bit left and right. And I guess me not responding made him more and more angry. I yelled at my community for not being charitable to Ethan. None of that mattered, it seems.
This video one more chance. After all, he's the one that brought it up during the podcast.
Twitch streamer on the platform was blown.
Oh, hey guys, what's up? I'm North Star Commie Radio, and Ethan's a Zionist pig.
I know Ethan hates me now.
It's like Charlie, but like not funny.
So yeah, 12 seconds in, and Ethan stops it to make a personal attack, and that's it. He won't show anything else from the video, and instead will go back to Reddit to comb through his comment history.
So anyway, this guy who made this video that's like super weird and biased towards Hasan and is like mega commie tanky. So this guy looked into him.
So a video he hasn't
literally
watched
became a
is
fan of mine
apparently
after Ethan,
super
by the way.
weird and biased towards Hasan. But of course, Ethan doesn't have to watch or show the video. It's way more effective to just tell his audience that this guy is a communist, so his points don't matter. This is a classic Tim Pool move, by the way. So let's go back to Ethan's recent video calling out Hasan.
You can see there's layers and layers and layers of character assassination, propaganda, logical fallacies, and not.
Wait, I'm the one doing character assassination? Why don't you play my video addressing the talking points? Fuck you mean? What? Bro, what the fuck? He wouldn't do reacts is unethical. I love that he was on his IG story trying to argue whether or not Bernie's a socialist. Bernie Sanders? Bernard, I'm a Democratic Socialist Sanders? Yeah, I think he's a social. I mean, he said he is.
One response to any of the points that I've actually made. And it seems obvious to me that he's trying to poison his audience against me.
Character assassination and not one response to the actual criticisms? I really wonder who would do that.
This fucking doughy white bitch is making content that is biased against me. And also, apparently, he hates Jewish people. Comrade Casey, you bitch-ass weirdo. You look like a weirdo. And I don't hate mustaches, but man, that's a weirdo mustache. So this guy looked into him.
Wait, why is he saying that Comrade Casey hates Jewish people?
This guy who runs North Star Radio, Comrade Casey account. He's a big Hasan fan and clearly developed a deep hatred for Ethan and Hila since October 7th.
So he's made a video about Ethan that he hasn't watched because it's too long, but he took the time to look into him and read every comments this guy's ever posted, and that's what Ethan will focus on to debunk the video. Now here's Ethan just a few days ago complaining that Hasan should watch the videos he made about him instead of relying on his chat to tell him what was said in these videos.
He didn't watch any of it. He's basing this based on, like, I guess, chat. And, you know, it's like, what do you... Talk about it or don't, man. You know? Don't do this shit.
Let's see if Ethan would rely on other people to watch the videos for him, because I have a big problem with this next clip.
He made a video. I haven't watched the whole thing. It's long as fuck. And I think everybody noticed as they were watching through it, even Hasan, I think, commented on it, that this video is a little fucking weird.
Yeah.
You had mentioned you had watched it.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing. It is biased towards Hasan.
Even Hasan was getting like frustrated watching it, and he was
Yeah, I was getting frustrated watching it because like chat was not being normal about it.
confused, and he was like, "This is fucking weird."
Yeah, Hasan didn't like the video at all, from what I recall. He thought it was weird, and
Didn't stop Ethan from still going fucking full tilt. Hasan is an anti-Semite on me shortly thereafter, did it?
the more it went on, the more he kind of like disliked it.
I was so disappointed by the crew when I saw that. I don't know if it's just bad faith or if they also didn't really watch Hasan's reaction, but I will show you a clip of him talking about this video.
What is it? Oh, I gotta go. I gotta finish. I'll finish this tomorrow. I gotta do the podcast. Personal news wise, I ended the broadcast. We watched a YouTube video that was really good, and I highly recommend you guys check it out. It's by Comrade Casey in the chat, also known as, I believe, North Star Radio. Is that what it is? Is that what his YouTube name is? I forget.
Since we were talking about Hasan's chat, let's talk about it more, because that's one of the main point of criticism Ethan has. He thinks his chat should challenge him more.
It makes me sad that people in his audience let him get away with this types of like hand waving.
And once again, if you're a Hasan fan, challenge him to do better than this. This is
I've never once told Ethan's fan base to challenge him for any number of different like takes that he has, just for the record. And I don't suggest you do that at all, but you probably can't do it anyway, because I feel like he always fucking he always shuts off the chat. And even saw that the comments were not favoring him in that first fuck Hasan video, and he immediately shut off the comments in its entirety. So much of this is just pure projection. Also, my chat challenges me all the fucking time.
dishonest. And more than that, I'd like for him to just respond to one of the points I made, just directly.
The do better part of this statement is really important, because we recently had a great example of Ethan being challenged by his own chat to do better.
Truly disgusting and disappointed in you and the crew. Do better! The crew. If you had a dog, y'all wouldn't have thought twice, but it was a cat and you don't care. Shut up, you fucking freak, weirdo, loser.
So following Ethan's logic, how does he react to his own audience when they try to hold him accountable? He often uses two techniques. Here's the first one. Also, here's a clip I found interesting from just a few days before they turned off comments on all their recent videos. It's just too good.
He also started turning off replies.
I have no idea what any of this other shit is. I don't know what the fuck any of this stuff is, like the cat comments or whatever. But I have seen, I mean, I know that he's turned off his comments. Bro, how many times a day do you DoorDash? I do not DoorDash, but I get food delivered once a day. It's all videos he heavily criticized you in. Name one time a chatter challenged you, liar. Good one. By the way, the Reddit post that appears on the video about North Star Radio was made by an account that posts on the D subreddit. Yeah, of course. Dude, that's where he's getting his stuff from. And it's like kind of a funny situation to be in, because like his community knows what Destiny's all about. Destiny has called Ethan the R word like numerous times when we had leftovers together, when we first started it. Destiny and his community fucking despised Ethan. They harassed him nonstop. Destiny himself has also aligned himself with the likes of Sam Hyde, who is a pedophile Nazi. Why did Destiny do such a thing? Sam Hyde hates both me and Ethan. Why did Destiny do such a thing? Oh, that's right, because Sam Hyde was saying he wanted to kill me. That's what he did. He literally welcomed him with open arms. A fucking straight up Nazi and a pedophile. So it's kind of odd for him to pull up the enemy of my enemy is my friend moment here, where I'm all of a sudden the enemy.
Ooh, that's cringy.
Yeah.
Logan did?
Logan turned off replies.
Oh,
yeah.
you know you lost.
Yep.
When you did that.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
But apparently another problem Ethan has with Hasan is how he sometimes loses it and yells at his chat.
I fucking despise all of you, dude.
And you know, is it really cute the way that he like says crazy shit to his chat? I don't think it's really that cute. I don't know why.
Wait, Was that a video of me yelling at my chat for doing like weird drama baity shit with Ethan? That was his takeaway? That was me literally yelling at my chat for saying like, you guys go above and beyond. No, it's probably not. I don't think it's from that. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Lemao, bro, you are insanely off-putting. You're great at curating clips though. Thanks, man. I like that you put a nice little compliment in there. Yeah, you're right. I'm a very off-putting person. I'm sure your favorite internet debate guy is definitely not seen as off-putting. Also, you are usually right. Oh, okay. I'll take it. Glaze.
Why people let him get away with that.
Now let's see how Ethan responded to the pushback from his chat the day after he made jokes about Aaron Bushnell, who set himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy. And I want to remind you, the people in the live chat are all paying members.
Well, unless I'm misunderstanding, tell me why. I'd love to know why.
What I saw.
Because you made fun of him burning. Okay, dummy. I joke about all this shit every fucking day. And now all of a sudden you gotta get all bitched out? Like, give me a break, dude. You know, suck my fucking dick. Give me a fucking break. Look in the mirror, loser. You're the problem. You are the problem. You are. Fuck you. Fuck you people. So why are you expressing such dumb fucking thoughts in my chat? Go somewhere else. Like, seriously, if you're that sensitive. So
I'm sure you've already answered this, and it's probably a dumb question, but how do you respond to haters that say you interacted with them knowing he lives in the IDF, asking out of total ignorance and genuineness? Also, I'm a dumbass. Great question. I've talked about this with respect to American veterans as well as Israeli veterans. There are plenty of former IDF veterans that, for example, created the organization called Breaking the Silence, which is an anti-occupation organization in Israel. I do not fault people for their past actions as long as they are they're doing everything they can to work against it. And I did not know what Hila's perspective on the Israeli occupying force was at all at the time. We had never talked about it. And even in our first conversation, I believe she was in the background. And at that point, it wasn't like she didn't say too much in that Leftovers episode. So for me in particular, I never fault people for things that they've done in the past. I'm a firm and committed believer in rehabilitation. And I think that, yes, even if you were a part of the American military, even if you were part of the Israeli military, it does not matter. After all, if you recall, one of the first people that I actually interviewed, Dr. Ofer Kassev, was someone who served in the Israeli military originally. He also got arrested for becoming a conscientious objector later down the line. But Dr. Ofer Kassev is a member of the Knesset in Israel. That was like one of the first people that I interviewed. Like, Israel has mandatory conscription. I'm Turkish. Turkey also has it. So I'm much more understanding of like people that served, as long as they look at that and they recognize that it was not good and actively become allies and even show their own personal experiences as a way to make a further argument against Israel's genocidal actions or Israel's apartheid state. So it was never even a question for me. Also, because I'm a fucking normal person. Okay? The fuck do you mean? There are millions of fucking people that have served in the U.S. military. Why the fuck would I be like, oh, you're a veteran? You're a baby killer. Like, I would never do that until someone tells me that they have no issue with that, or that they have no issue with that at all. Like, they're not conflicted with their service whatsoever. And in which case, like, yeah, I'm still not going to be like a weirdo about it, but I probably will look at you. Well, I said the same thing in your chat once, and someone called me insane and asked if I feel the same about Nazis immediately. Yeah, I mean, it's just, people get passionate about this. People get heated about this shit. But yeah, if there was a fucking former Nazi soldier who then actively worked against the Nazi government, then yeah, you would want that person to do that. That's the entire point. Okay? Like, that's literally that. What do you mean? And I'm sure there were people like that. I'm confused. Are you implying that anyone in the U.S. military is doing something wrong? Are you assuming that everyone in the military is just doing combat roles? No, I'm not. First of all, I did not say that. I know that like a massive amount of the American military is not actively in combat, but that doesn't change the reality that there's still facilitating a lot of the horrible shit that the American military does. Having said that, I didn't even tell you that I fault people for going and serving in the military. So I don't know why you got that shit. I'm even saying that even those who were active duty combat, like who saw direct war, I do not fault for their experiences. Some of my favorite people on the planet, like some people I grew up with, literally have. I mean, were Marine Corps veterans, like straightforward, active duty combat veterans. There's plenty of them in this fucking community who I love. There's plenty of people who are active duty service members right now. The way you worded it is recognize what they did is wrong, made it seem like everyone did something wrong. I'm just mean broadly, brother. I don't know why you're getting lost in the fucking weeds. It seems like you're a little bit conflicted about maybe your personal experience, so that's why you're lashing out a little bit right now. You know, I don't know if you know this, but you're surrounded by other veterans and even active duty service members right now in the chat that are watching. So sorry, I'm just misunderstanding. I know. All right, let's continue.
Well, give me a fucking break. Who's the problem? Scumbag. Scumbag. So you're a fake fucking fan. Fuck you. Get lost. I'm sick of it.
But maybe it's just the chat that is overly sensitive, right? Ethan is known to make edgy jokes and to make fun of all different groups of people. We call it goblin mode, and that's why people love him.
Go somewhere else. Like, seriously, if you're that sensitive, then you need to go the fuck away and go to a community that is going to just tell you everything you want to hear all the time and never make you feel uncomfy. There's plenty of them out there. Go. It's really annoying.
So wait, this is about him, like, he made fun of Aaron Bushnell. Is that what happened? Like, is that what it was? I mean, that's pretty fucked up.
That, like, people just, they stand by, like, just waiting for any reason to call me. And by the way, why? Because I made one stupid, insensitive joke. If you can't deal with it, then, you know, you're a fucking hypocrite. Because I make these jokes about all different topics.
Why didn't nobody tell him to stop? No, his chat was telling him to stop. I think it was in, they're saying that the chat was in members only mode. What is this?
My first reaction is this. It was absolutely insane how he, like, stood the whole time. That was crazy. I don't even know how that's humanly possible. Again, not to put this uncouth, but he's a champ at fucking burning alive. I mean, that sounds bad, but he did it really good. Does that bad sound bad? We have to make levity of things. Does that sound bad that he was really good? I mean, but I mean that as a compliment. What the fuck are you guys angry about, you weirdos? What did I do? My God, stop.
As Ethan Klein was cracking jokes about Aaron Bushnell immediately after his death, who was a veteran too, and then getting sensitive and sharing drama alert tweets, whipping up hate against Rogan for saying U.S. soldiers get PTSD. Oh.
About all different sensitive things, about all different groups of people, every fucking show. And then when it lightly brushes on your shoulder, you freak the fuck out and you bitch and you cry and you go and you try to find any reason to, you know what I mean, to get angry.
After hearing all that, I wonder how Ethan would react if he was the subject of a joke. Like he said, he makes jokes about all different groups of people. He's a free speech absolutist after all.
It's a panel hosted by Frogan and 4 of her friends, in which they have a tier list where they rate people where good is Arab and bottom is loves Sabra. Sabra is a very popular hummus brand. I know in Israel, it's pretty much in everybody's refrigerator, and it's kosher. They're an American company, but they've been the subject of the pro-Palestine boycott.
I saw some of this.
I mean, it's kind of just Arab good, Jew bad.
Ethan Klein.
I told you guys to clap.
This is a good reaction.
That was a good one.
We're very proud of you, Denims, for bringing anti-Semitism right on stage, and you guys are killing it. And may I point out here, Chevron, Capcom, and Samsung. Do you know?
This was so insane. Like, that was so crazy. Oh my God. I still can't fucking believe that like led to Twitch responding by banning them for a fucking month. And then what did everybody fucking do afterwards? They went doubly hard. He turned around and was like, Dan Clancy is a Nazi. Jesus Christ, dude. Call him a pedophile Nazi? No.
That there is an Arab to Jew tier list happening in front of your sponsor.
This tier list isn't about being Jewish.
It's so funny because there's a Jewish Arab. There are plenty of Arabs who are Jewish. One of them is directly on the panel and got banned because of Ethan's fucking nonsense.
Jewish at all. Not only is one of the panelists Jewish, but in the Love Sabra category, people from all different races and religions were included alongside Ethan. It's more about not knowing much about Arabic culture and therefore eating shitty hummus.
What is it? Ramadan what?
Lena.
Yeah, Ramadan Kareem or Ramadan Mubarak.
Bike?
Mubarak.
Oh,
Mubarak.
Mubarak.
Yeah.
hmm
Hey, you said it good.
What does it mean?
Mubarak Obama.
Happy Ramadan.
Mubarak Obama?
I want to address one last point in this video, and it's about the H3 Snark subreddit. For more than a year now, Ethan has been talking about it and saying how toxic this place is, how they promote harassment, doxing, and why it should be banned.
Because I believe these snark subreddits on Reddit should be banned. It's literally fostering the most psychopathic. It encourages harassment, doxing, stalking. It's just...
I guess it's fine as long as it's not the Destiny subreddit. Or, I mean, I guess he's like unleashed the H3H3 subreddit too, I suspect, against me in a similar vein now. So
This is like, it's not as bad as jailbait, but it's like giving like, I have a feeling it's going to be banned, and then everyone will be like, that was insane. Why the fuck was that allowed on the website for so long? These people are literally fucking, it's cult behavior.
I don't think they're allowed to like straight up brigade, so they're doing like a very loud dog whistle, being like, hey, let's put a compilation of Ethan. The whole snark phenomenon is so pathetic that Reddit allows this shit to continue, because it feels like every snark subreddit leans into like,
see, when it happens to you, it's just you're not capable of taking criticism what Ethan is as a victim. I mean, the irony is that I do think that like snark style subreddits are unhealthy. And I've talked about it personally as well. Like the issue here is that like he quite literally utilizes my own personal snark subreddit r/destiny. Once again, a man who has defended the most important civil rights movement of our generation, at least, a white person's right to say the N-word over and over again, and has consistently said the N-word as a white guy. It's just weird. I don't know. I feel like this is going to accelerate the crash out. I don't know why he doesn't realize that. He said that you have Twitch in your pocket because of the birthday video, even though he met and talked to Susan Wojcicki, which Gnome Star used to accuse him of having YouTube in his pocket. Yeah, but also he's now like aligned with Gnome Star. Keemstar and Destiny are just like this with Ethan right now.
straight up psychopathy in terms of like the harassment and the intention to try to ruin somebody's life.
Dude, this is my favorite type of guy. Ethan's bigotry has been legitimized by your tolerance. Remember when he dismissed your take on Israel? He asked you for a realist POV, and since he didn't understand it, he dismissed it. You often let him brush off others' perspectives without calling him out. Yeah, dude. You know who you should be mad at? The guy who Ethan Klein, Destiny, Congressperson Richie Torres, and like everyone in Destiny's like psychotic cyber harassment community cult has been actively targeting for being a prominent voice that is critical of Israel. I'm the guy who you should be mad at. Thank you. This is what I mean, by the way, when you are a person a ton of people look up to. No, this is what I mean when I say like a lot of people are exclusively focused on like drama. Because like the only way that you personally think that like I wasn't sufficiently critical of Ethan, when we had a literal conversation that left like, when we had a conversation, we had a back and forth where we had a disagreement, okay? When we had a major disagreement that ended up ending the podcast, right? and has unfolded over the course of this past year of genocide into like Ethan just falsely smearing me and trying to take down the entire platform that I'm on for the crime of not fucking banning me for some ridiculous bullshit. Even in that circumstance, like I wasn't sufficiently critical. That's crazy. Like, it's a very weird attitude to have. It is actually quite off-putting to just like be this laser focused on trying to fucking turn this around and be like, you're the reason, you're at fault here. Bro's a cancel culture goblin? Yeah, literally.
And one last time, let's go back to Ethan's reaction of the North Star radio video and how he uses his own subreddit when he faces criticism, even from a way smaller creator.
First of all, shout out to whoever did the ops on this. Lovely Callisto. Thank you. I made an Imager album of his H3 snark posts in chronological order and sprinkled in a few of his cringy main subreddit posts.
I wonder where that guy came from.
Too, along with it. So here's this fucking guy. Let's look at some of his greatest hits. He's also making fan covers and asking Ethan to bring back his personal channel. Grimace Shake and Fortnite folk cover.
How dare you, dude?
Well, guess what, bitch? I know who the fuck you are. And I'm going to have a conversation about it. Let me take a look at this guy's channel.
Shouting out his fans for screenshotting every comment and collecting every information on this guy and showing everything live. How is this different from what Ethan says the Snark sub is doing? I mean, it might be even worse because of the power of a channel as big as Ethan's.
Here's a post. I don't know. Was this the same investigator? By the way, I didn't even mention this guy, and he's like deleting his shit. You should be scared, you fucking scumbag.
What? Wasn't North Star HU fan at first? Yeah, he was. I think you ignoring these guys for a long time, deprives them of content every now and then, pushing back and then moving on seems to work. Also prevents these communities from becoming drama perverts. Yeah, I don't like I don't like building a fan base, and I've been pretty honest and pretty open about this for many years at this point. I've been doing this for quite a while. I don't want to build a fan base around drama and toxicity. I already have enough of that in the real world, in the things that I cover. Like when I'm directly antagonizing or attacking like a right-wing person, like Ben Shapiro, I understand that that could also be featured as like drama or whatever, but like that's a person who is ideologically my enemy, right? I don't agree with his worldview. I don't agree with anything he says. And so that's entirely separate. I categorize that as like politics. I'm not obsessive about debate culture for that reason though, because I feel like it's not necessarily about arriving at the truth, but more so about like addressing certain talking points and presenting certain talking points in an effort to like get something clipped out that you can use to consistently bully. Like you can weaponize your fan base to like consistently bully the other person. But even then, I obviously still engage in debates all the time, regardless of gotcha moments. And I will sometimes also engage in those gotcha moments and stuff like that. I just think that when it becomes your primary focus, it's unproductive overall. He's going to say you're doing the same thing for looking at that Reddit post, law? Wait, what? Yeah, what do you mean? I went to my own community's Reddit post because they had compiled all of the instances where I personally, not like cyber stalking Ethan, they had compiled my own talking points that are readily available to the public since like since October 7. Do you not understand that this is a little different than just like using the subreddit? I don't know. Like I wasn't using my own subreddit to like attack Ethan or something. Like I wasn't cyber stalking myself, chat. No, I know it's different. I just mean they'll say it's the same. But also, yeah, it was a good pose. It compiled all the shit that I have said already. What the fuck? Oh, he was a poster? Half of his community just attacks the other half over this. Apparently, if you don't hate Hasan right now, you're not a real fan. I don't agree. I think that there's a lot of people, genuine genuine progressives who probably are at odds with Ethan's perspective. and they just want him to stop, most likely doing this. But he's just like relentlessly using any and every opportunity and any and every avenue to just like keep saying like fuck Hasan, fuck Hasan, fuck Hasan. And the issue with that is, I think that probably turns off more people in his own community than like turns them against me because they believe the smears, you know? Because I'm sure there's people who are like, you know what, Ethan, I love you. I don't really know this Hasan guy that well. I trust you. You have made a convincing case that he's a gigantic piece of shit, right? And I believe you. And so I ride with you, right? And that's sad, especially if they're like a progressive minded person who could otherwise be convinced of seeing the world with my eyes, or rather, develop a better understanding of certain values that we both might have. But outside of that, I think there's a far larger number of people in his community that he has cultivated by being openly progressive, that are most likely looking at this as a crash out and like hoping that it ends at some point. But every time it doesn't end, I suspect that it just, causes people to be even more annoyed. It seems like everyone hates you because they ban anyone on their subreddit and live comments who disagrees with or calls out Ethan. Yeah. Like, this is literally, how was you, one, supposed to predict how unchanged you would become, and two, stop it? If you tried, he ignored you and started talking with your chat live on air of very emotional people having to watch a genocide that did happen and even refused to talk about without October 7th as a backdrop. Genuinely asking what progressive values has he exhibited? I think Ethan had a real change of heart about the kinds of content that he was making, the kinds of commentaries that he was doing. He became unapologetically pro-trans, like pro-LGBTQ across the board. There was always going to be some hangups if you were to look at like the broad swath of things that Ethan says. But beyond that, I think he has been like that for quite some time. And people that say he did it for the money, you're wrong. He could have just been slightly less edgy and he still would have made a fuck ton of money. Look around the internet, chat. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're so wrong. There is plenty of opportunity to keep making money, hand over fist for with aggro right-wing ass content. He's not even calling you or Twitch an anti-Semite anymore. He's just openly flaming your general worldview and doing it from behind 24-hour IG stories with no option for pushback. Is telling that he's no longer calling for a ban after the election. I mean, I'm sure if you agitate him long enough, he will call for a ban again. But I don't know. I just wish he would stop for his own sake, not for mine. I get hate from every sector online. I get hate from every avenue. It's not new. I live in this filth, This is what I'm used to for the most part. Does it suck, or did it originally suck coming from a person that I considered my friend? Yes. Okay. But ultimately it just becomes noise. Consider the criticism, my G. Sad time to see this. What has he done? He did it. What do you mean? The man has a family. Think where the hate comes from. Not all criticism is the same. Consider the criticism, my G. You're right. I have considered it. I've considered it for the past year when people from the community that's getting a lot of these clips out of context were coming in here to literally keep repeating these points that I'm like in love with Islamist fundamentalist terrorism and I'm backwards or any number of different things, or that I'm like far too critical of Israel and that's actually giving space to anti-Semitism. They're wrong. So, you're wrong, I guess, my G. You're right on that, but can you meet somewhere in the middle with the Russia stuff? I don't know why. I don't even know what the Russia stuff is in air quotes, but if you personally think I'm pro-Russia, you are also wrong. There has never been a moment where I've been pro-Russia. I know that like there's an entire group of content creators that have actively been like, oh, he's pro-Russia, pro-Russia, pro-Russia this, pro-Russia that, with, again, clips out of context. But not only did I immediately apologize for ever saying that I did not think Putin was stupid enough to fucking invade Ukraine, but I also actively fundraised for Ukrainian refugees and have consistently criticized Russia over and over and over again, including, but not limited to right now, which I assume you don't actually care about my perspective. I suspect bear with me here. Maybe you're going to prove my point in a second. You're going to move on to the next talking point. And I'm assuming that it'll be Taiwan, Tibet, any number of different things. The apathy towards the plight of Ukrainians is what I felt in the last year. Obviously, during the invasion, you were anti-Putin full-throated. However, it seems like it's changed the last year. Wait, you think I have apathy towards the plight of Ukrainians in the last year? Wait, so you're... What? Okay, that's actually kind of cool. So you're saying I wasn't pro-Russia back then, which is the clips that they're using from that time frame to claim that I'm pro-Russia, but I'm actually now pro-Russia. Anyway.
Yes, he should be scared, because Ethan knows by doing that, he's sending his audience to harass this guy. Him and his crew know what their audience is capable of, even if Ethan plays dumb sometimes.
Well, I hope people don't hold us to the standard of what our community does.
Right. What does our community do? I mean, you say that, but what do they do? Our community is fantastic. It's all
Okay.
love.
Yeah, no, that's true. Our
Name
community is
one
great.
thing.
They've never caused us any trouble by... I don't even want to go there.
Well, tell me and I can button it. Even if they did something silly, because I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it was silly and harmless. If
Yes, definitely silly and harmless. That's what I'm referring to.
But it's not sending like fucking hate and death wishes to supposed friends. Anyway.
Ethan is a snarker. In fact, he's the ultimate snarker, weaponizing his audience to send massive hate waves and his crew to find intel on his enemies. By yelling at his chat when he gets any pushback, turning off comments, paying mods to heavily restrict.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to be mean to a single fucking crew member. I don't even want you to be mean to Ethan. It doesn't really matter. It is what it is. What are you going to do? Streets community has been coordinating a campaign to get you banned, by the way. No, wow. No way. Really? I know.
Restrict what can be posted on his own subreddit. He's not letting any other place to have a nuanced conversation present any criticism. He's been trying to portray the people who participate in this sub as stalker lunatics, but in reality, most of them are former big fans who are now disappointed in Ethan and were banned when they tried to express any pushback over the past year.
Oh, Comrade Casey just messaged me and said I'd appreciate not being talked about on the show.
Shut up, bitch! Talk about these nuts, motherfucker. You appreciate me not talking about you?
I just
Suck my
responded,
dick,
bruh.
bitch.
He said I'd appreciate not being talked about on the show, and I responded, bruh.
I bet
and
you
then I
would,
blocked him.
motherfucker. Sucks to be outed as a piece of shit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
What is this? Can you explicitly say you don't want us to engage with him and his community so we can't hold that against you later like he did with the not voting shit? Yeah, I don't know what you're saying right now because I've never told people not to vote. What the fuck are you talking about? And also, I did just do that. What? What is happening? I fucking voted on camera, dog. What the hell? And yeah, of course, don't fucking interact. Do not interact with any of these people. And I have much love for the crew regardless, okay? I have no issues with anybody, okay? I have no fucking enemies. The first part explains the second part. Motherfuckers don't listen. Yeah, I know. That's so funny. I know, but he was adamant that you didn't. Yeah, okay, what am I supposed to do if he's hallucinating, dog? What the fuck? I spent like an hour on stream in front of like 100,000 people voting, like literally. I had the fucking sticker on here today. I took it off this morning. What the fuck? No, when you voted on stream, you explicitly said it's okay because you are rich and own property, but that anybody in chat who shouldn't vote. Yeah, that is famously my take. You are out of the loop on how the crew feels about you, dude. I'm sorry. I will not hold any of that against the crew. And I don't also agree with you either. I don't agree with you at all. Anyway.
How's that feel, Casey? I'm talking to you right now.
I'm
Comrade Casey, we're not comrades anymore.
With all that being said, I know I won't change anyone's mind with this video, but if you felt the same way I did, just know you're not alone. In the past few weeks, all the other H3 fan channels I was in contact with for years, people who were as big of fans as I was, have told me they've also unsubscribed because of Ethan's hateful actions. That's it for this video. Take care and free Palestine.
Anyway, he was doing the Hasan disencouraged people from voting dance live, but he couldn't find any clips, so he moved on to he didn't endorse Kamala. Yeah, I also said time and time again that I would not only endorse Kamala, but I'd be fucking door knocking if Kamala Harris changed trajectory on Gaza, which is ironic because she should have done that for herself regardless of whether or not
but let's
I would endorse her.
start with how young men have swung so heavily towards Donald Trump in
They showed him that exact clip and he ignored it and moved on. Yeah.
this election, and it's raised questions about a major generational